delighted to have my man Spence Checketts from ESPN 700. You hear him every single day from 2 to 6. What are you wearing there? Let me see that shirt. I like music and maybe 3 people. Oh, I'm afraid.
Maybe.
Am I one of the 3? Probably not.
No, Dave, I'm married and I have a son and I have a family. You didn't make the cut, pal. Sorry.
So
but doesn't that you know me? Doesn't that describe you pretty well?
Describe you perfectly. The rest of us you tolerate.
Indeed.
Okay.
How are you, man?
I'm doing great. You doing all right?
Let's roll.
Perfect. 5 questions with Spence coming up. I'm nervous about question 1 because you were ripping on this idea on your radio show, but let's go with it anyway. All right, LeBron has added a 4th NBA title to his resume. He doesn't have as many titles as Jordan, but he does have titles on 3 different teams. Which is the greater accomplishment?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't like the LeBron Mike thing. I think it's a fair question. I think they're both phenomenal accomplishments. Comparison is the thief of joy. And it's like the election. You already have your answer. You're not changing your mind. If you think it's LeBron, you think it's LeBron. If you think it's Mike, you think it's Mike. I saw Mike and LeBron play. I've seen both of them. So the answer is Michael Jordan 1, LeBron 2. It always will be. But I don't really care to debate it. If you have a different opinion, that's great. That's the beautiful thing about living in the United States of America. We can disagree. But the Mike LeBron thing is exhausting to me, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Mike's the greatest of all time. There's no debate. That's all I'm saying.
I was talking more about, and you answered it, the accomplishment itself. Perfect. All right, question 2. By the way, you had Mark Harlan on today for like half an hour. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
You're going to write Spence in that end zone instead of Utah.
Yeah, that would go over well.
Yeah. The Utes will go to full pads tomorrow for the first time since last spring. If you were a betting man, and you're not, you mentioned that today as well, which quarterback emerges as the starter? South Carolina grad transfer Jake Bentley, senior Drew Lisk from Jordan High, by the way, or sophomore Texas transfer Cam Rising?
So I am of the opinion that the job is Jake Bentley's. 33 starts in the SEC. He comes across as a real leader. He's a polished kid. Coming out of high school, Dave, Jake could have played anywhere. Dabo wanted him. Saban wanted him. Urban wanted him. David Shaw, like you name it, they wanted him. And he knows Andy Ludwig. They have a relationship. But the timing with which he announced his transfer indicated, in my opinion, that Andy or Kyle or whoever was like, look, man, come here. We've got a built-in offense. We've got a bunch of weapons. You can make an argument that whoever's the quarterback on day 1 will have far more weapons than Tyler Huntley ever had. But Jake could have gone to probably 20 or 30 different schools. The fact that he chose the U, in my opinion, indicates he received a little bit of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You're going to be our guy type thing. Exactly.
I like that answer, and I agree with you.
Oh.
Question 3. BYU plays at Houston Friday night. The Cougars put up 49 points on Tulane, but it took Houston nearly a month and a half to finally be able to play a game. You know that because of all the COVID cancellation. Mm-hmm. Another scheduling break for BYU, or do the Red Cougars outplay the Blue Ones this time?
Oh, no, I expect BYU to win, and I expect BYU to win rather easily. You mentioned it took Houston a month to get on the field. And by the way, today it was announced that 15 players didn't practice. The head coach did not announce why. Okay, so the assumption is that it's COVID, but we don't know. But if it's COVID, there's a chance they may not play this game. So that news broke a couple of hours ago. As it is, if it remains to stand and they actually do play, I think BYU stops them. I think BYU is really good. I would like a better litmus test to, completely feel sure about it. But give Kalani and the boys credit. So far, 4-0. You can only play who's in front of you.
And maybe they'll get that when they play Boise State.
Yeah.
All right. After an 0-4 start in the NFL, the Texans fired their coach, Bill O'Brien. Which coach, and I know there's one you probably have in mind, will be next on the NFL casualty list?
Yeah, it has to be Adam Gase. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a Jets fan. I'm saying that because it's to me, it seems pretty obvious. He came in touted as this offensive genius. The hire kind of fell on deaf ears in New York because Adam Gase couldn't keep his gig in Miami. So what's to say it would be different? Now, in Adam's defense, he has literally one good player, Jericho Cotchery. Everyone else sucks. Like, the roster is embarrassing. And there's no such thing as a great coach without great players. So the whole thing needs a complete rebuild. Everyone needs to go build it from the ground back up. They're going to try to trade Le'Veon Bell. And I'll just say tonight, congratulations, Le'Veon Bell, for getting the hell out of that franchise.
I will say their uniforms look nice, especially when they play the Cardinals, because you got that Christmas vibe, red and green.
Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome.
That's really positive.
Dave. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Finally, question 5. Spence is briefed on the first 4. He is not briefed on question 5. Question 5. On September 16th, you pinned a tweet that read, "Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities." How would you describe this show? Absurd or atrocious?
A little bit of both, depending on who's the host. When it's Mikulich, it's more atrocious. When it's you, it's more absurd. It totally depends, though. I mean, it depends on the content. But I will say, you guys have done a hell of a job given all the circumstances. I still tune in every night. You're still going to get your highlights. You're doing your thing. Jake, you, Adam, even DJ, you guys are killing it. So I say it all the time. Our state should understand how lucky they are to have a show every night that covers local sports. So keep up the good work. There's a compliment. You better take that.
That is a compliment. I will say, you know who else tunes in every night? Your grandpa, Lowell. And I'm one of the 3 people that he does like. I love that shirt. Spence Checketts.
How do you know that grandpa didn't make the list? It's my wife and my son and a mystery.
Check him out every day on ESPN 700 from 2 to 6. Spence and the 3 people that he likes. And the rest of us, he tolerates. Thanks, my friend.
That's well put. Thanks, Dave. Be good, man.
Okay.